What up, y'all? It's your guy Dawson from D&D TV. Thank you for rating, commenting, and subscribing. Everybody who's donated, those of you all who will, you know I appreciate it. All that information is in the description box below. Also, go over to my other YouTube channel, Dawson Speaks TV. Make sure you subscribe over there. Now, let's get into this topic. Alright, y'all, thanks for clicking on the video. Hope you all are doing well. Now, this video is for educational purposes. So as I approach this topic with respect, I need you all to please be respectful in my comment section if you want your comment to be shown. We have to obey by the YouTube guidelines, and you all have to do it as well, alright? Now, let me get into this topic. Now, Pastor Dwayne H. Dawkins has stepped down as lead pastor over at Praise Tabernacle International Ministry, and they have a new interim pastor until they get a new permanent pastor. And shout out to the interim pastor who's there. It seems like he really wants to strengthen the church, encourage the congregation, and take them to the next level. And we wish him and the church all the best. They've even talked about rebranding the church, and hopefully you all change the name of the church, because this particular scandal is going to be out there. I mean, the video is out, and, it's going to be out there forever. So y'all might want to, change the name of the church as well. And to the congregation, you all did nothing wrong, and I'm sorry. I feel bad that you all have to go through this. But this is what happens, you all, when you have these gay men and women, or at least bisexual in the church, that many of you all tell them, oh, well, God will take that old spirit away from you. Oh, he going to help you find a good wife. He going to help you find a good husband. And when you find, matter of fact, you ain't even got to talk about your past. It's all in the sea of forgetfulness. You ain't going to never go back to that lifestyle no more. You going to marry that woman. Don't even tell her what you used to do in your past. You're a liar. You need to tell the person you're about to marry what you used to be attracted to, what you used to do in your past, because it will come in your future. Point in case, Pastor Dwayne Dawkins took to his Facebook and dropped a long letter. You all need to go over there and read it. Go over to his Facebook page and read it. And this comes after blogger Sandra Rose and others told us that Pastor Dwayne Dawkins would be suing because it wasn't him in the video. Are you kidding me? Pastor Dawkins goes on to say, in light of all that has recently occurred and emerged, I'd like to take the time to apologize to each and every person who has been discouraged, disgusted, and distracted, even displaced because of my inappropriate, deplorable, and unfortunate actions. I have sought no pity and have no excuse for my actions. I own up to all the wrong that I've done, and I've repented, apologized, and fully embraced the process that comes with the consequences of my unconscionable actions. And then he goes on to apologize to his wife's family for the embarrassment. And then he gets to his wife. And he says, to Mia, who has been an amazing and faithful friend and wife, who was completely devastated. She did no wrong and did not deserve to have to endure this kind of trauma. Listen to this, women. I want all the women in the church to listen to this. Prior to meeting her, I never voiced my private struggles. Take a breath. So, Pastor Dawkins, what you mean to tell me and all the people is that you knew you liked men. You're struggling. I hate when they say that. No, man, you like men. That's what you like. This is not your first time at the rodeo. This is what you do. You and other men in the church and women just like you. And you all will marry these men and women, not telling them what you did in your past. And the only time it comes out is when you get caught. But this is where it takes a turn. Earlier in our marriage, an indiscretion of the same nature that was exposed happened, and I shared with her, my family, the leaders, and my church what I was dealing with. She felt deceived and robbed of her security that she deserved in our marriage. I was given the tools and the village to work with through the layers of the challenges, but did not always maintain my focus. So the first time you did this, the lady was already married to you, probably already had one or two of the kids that you have, or one of the 3 kids that you have. He has 3 sons, already in ministry with you. And her, like many other women who've been through this, because she's not the only one, decided, well, let me stay in this marriage. Let me try to make it work. I know, okay, all of us have a struggle and all this kind of stuff. So that was the first time. And now you have a second time where you are doing the exact same thing on video. And this is why I tell you, when you all want to marry these ex-gay people, that's what she used to do. He used to do. Whenever they backslide or have a trip, as you all say, a slip up, They're never going to go with the opposite sex. They're always going to slide back or backslide or go back to what they did before. And this is his second time doing that on this woman. And he goes on to say, together we work with family, leaders, etc. And she committed to work with me through it due to her love for God, her love for me, and her love for our sons and all we have cultivated together. However, she never had anything to do with my choices and actions of infidelity. She was not an accomplice and did no wrong besides stay faithful to her vows. Exactly, sir. She was committed to you and to the church and to her children, and decided after you messed up the first time, a situation with a man, now you're hearing the second time with the video out that's never going anywhere. How much more can this lady take? And this is why I tell you women in the church that the people who get hurt the most in the church are women and children. And everyone will come by and say, oh, we praying for you. Oh, we doing this. But what about the women in the church who stayed by their husbands? They were married to them. And that man brought them back a STD, an incurable STD. Huh? And they can't talk to the first lady about it. They can't talk to the sisters in the church about it. They can't talk to nobody. They are suffering in silence. And many of the women and the men who saw that video with Pastor Dawkins and that OnlyFans male star, they had a question. Some of you all were saying that he did not use protection. And what about his wife? And in this letter, he addressed that. He said, regarding her health, I have taken the necessary precautions to give her the assurance and security needed to confirm that she has a clean bill of health. Wait a minute. I don't need you to give her nothing. We need her to go get tested. I don't trust you. This your second time doing that. You can't assure nobody of nothing. She needs to go get tested so she can be assured by herself from her own doctor, not anything that comes out of your mouth, because we can't trust you. Let me say this. This is why I always believe in women independence, women having their own stuff, having their own money, having their own careers, because when it's time to go, it's time to go. Women in the church and outside of the church, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, whatever you identify as, you don't have to stand there and take this mess. Somebody who's cheating on you with men and with women or whoever, you don't have to take this mess. This wasn't his first time to the rodeo, and I don't think it's going to be his last. He'll just get more crafty about hiding it now, and now the video is out there, so you may have people who are doing the same things, cheating on their wives on the down low in the church and hiding who they are. They probably will just try to get with him on the low. That's how church people do it. I don't have no high hopes because he wrote this long-ass letter saying sorry to everybody else. That's who you are, man. You did that because that's in you. That's what you are. Oh, Dawson, well, we need to come together as a church and pray. We got to pray for the man of God. He's just struggling with his sexuality. Well, many of you saw those videos that are all viral now everywhere. Did it look like the pastor was struggling with his sexuality? Take a breath. Now, I'm off of this, you all. Now, Pastor Dwayne Dawkins did say that his actions caused his family to be hit hard financially, and especially his wife, who's an entrepreneur and have her own business. She was hit hard as well. And he wanted people to donate to his wife because she is suffering and, basically she didn't have anything to do with it. So if you all want to donate to his wife, go donate to his wife, because I'm not thinking about him right now. I'm thinking about them 3 kids they have. So that's where think about those children. If you want to donate, I can see you donating to her and to them children. So if you want to donate, there's the Cash App. You all can send donations there. But I know there are some people going to say some stuff. And I know my subscribers going to say, well, he was on OnlyFans with an OnlyFans star. Won't he go to OnlyFans and create an account? I don't think that's what the pastor wants to do. He's doing this long letter because eventually he wants to get back in the pulpit and start preaching again. All right. Now, Pastor Dwayne Dawkins did move up to Atlanta. His family is in Atlanta now. They're no longer in Fort Lauderdale. And some people think that's suspicious as well because they're saying you're already attracted to men and you're going to Atlanta of all places. Now, I want you all to look at this lady right here. She's out of Atlanta. This is the ex-first lady, Lydia Meredith. Lydia Meredith was married to Bishop Dennis Meredith up in Atlanta. He's a bishop up there, had a church. He came out of the closet and he cheated on her with a man too. And she has 3 sons as well. Like Pastor Dawkins' wife, she has 3 sons as well, but her sons are grown men now. Lydia Meredith wrote a book about what she endured during the time when she was going through the situation with her husband and through the divorce. And her book is called The Gay Preacher's Wife: how my gay husband deconstructed my life and reconstructed my faith. Now, Lydia also has a YouTube channel. And for many of you women who are dealing with this, because there are a lot of you out there who are dealing with situations like this in your marriages, you all need to go over there and look at her YouTube channel, because she talks openly about stuff like this. And there are those of you who think, oh, no first ladies ain't going through this. People in the church ain't going through this, because you all sweep everything under the rug. Thank God for the vloggers. We're going to talk about it. We don't go to none of your churches, so we free to talk about whatever we want to. Now, last thing, you all know I don't believe in the ex-gay movement. I don't believe in pray the gay away. I believe you are what you are, and you can suppress your feelings, but the true you will come out. You can act on it if you want to. Anybody can choose not to have sex. But many people in the church, this is where we bump heads with a lot of, I bump heads with a lot of you all, is that you all try to get people like Pastor Dwayne Dawkins and the Juanita Bynums, people who've come out and say they've been with men and women, you all try to push them into relationships and tell them that God is a deliverer, and you take them through exorcisms and, all of this stuff where you're praying over and laying hands on them, and then this stuff happens. I need you all to answer me and be truthful. Do you all believe that you can be so-called delivered from being gay and lesbian? And here's another kicker. Would you date someone who is a reformed or an ex-gay in your church? And here's another thing to add to that. Would you want your children to marry or date a person, a man or a woman who is so-called ex-gay? Talk to me. Get down in the comments. Light it up like it's the 4th of July. Until next time, it's your guy Dawson. Take care of yourself and each other. Peace.